Welcome. Glad you are here. Welcome to the Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures from this makeshift studio. I think the advice was, Eric, turn the studio around so you're facing the door. And I'm like, that's a great idea. I think I actually did do that once. Have I done it? Of course not. If it involves any degree of work, it's usually tough for me to pull it off. Ashley here says, I have all great ideas. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if we can go that far. Say, all of your ideas are great. Welcome to you. The Fraudulent Fat Fucks page is still active. And one thing stood out to me that was a little strange. Your old pal EZ, known for too much information. But I don't know. When it comes from the other side, from audience members, too much information, it kind of fries my brain a little. First of all, I want to see how everybody is doing. As you know, as a group, we're trying to lose weight. Hold up. O'Neill, what are you doing? Hold on a second. I don't trust him. He's on the move. It's never good when the dog is on the move. Some suggestions. Hey, easy. If you turn it around, if you turn the camera around, the sun will be in the camera instead of his face. Yeah, no, I can manage. There's a way I can position it where it won't be affected at all. I think we'll be okay. I know it's time to clean this room though, because it's starting to stink. And when that happens, it's like, okay, it just smells like a state park. From time to time, I'll walk in here and I'll be like, it's too much dog. The dog fur accumulates in piles, kind of like when you see stereotypical Hollywood Wild West town with the tumbleweeds blowing through the street. It's like dog balls of hair. I'm not even kidding you. Watch. They accumulate against pieces of furniture. This is what I'm talking about. This pile of hair is everywhere. And when you get enough dog hair and dog dander, it just starts to stink like shit. Pretty horrible. I need to put some time into this place and frickin' clean it. But one thing I am trying to do is take care of myself with my trying to just drop some weight. I just, for me, the big thing is not getting diabetes. And so look at all these fantastic people that are part of this group. I'm not sure if this is all of them, but everybody here is being supportive. And one in particular is offering up too much information. Amanda was the first post on the group. It says top contributor. Here is a spreadsheet to get us started. Anyone can change things based on what you think we should add. And that started with name, starting date, starting weight, what program you are using, what apps, just things like that. I'm curious as to how she's doing. Like if we had to weigh in, as I've talked about before, the two ones that need it the most are Amanda and Kenny, who are pretty close to accessing scooters at various Walmarts. Yesterday, Brandis dominated. Look at this. She writes about doing CrossFit, lots of steps. The workout today was a doozy, 10 rounds of 30-second burpees all out, 30 seconds rest, 30-second wall balls all out. 30-second rest. Yeesh, no joke. Okay, so that's fantastic. I mean, she's actually building muscle mass. She's crushing it. Ryan, look at all this. Ryan closes these circles every day, and Ryan's like really tough on himself. Oh my God, I'm not losing any weight. But look, he's down 5.4 pounds since his last recorded measurement on September 8th. That's fantastic. 5.4 in a month? Yeah, dude, that's normal. And he's doing it with his wife, walking with the missus. Oh, yeah. Could even slip a finger in her. I don't know why I said that. Nicholas David. I don't know, Nicholas. I don't think. Okay, fraudsters, no more excuses. My fraudulent activity over the weekend was unacceptable. It's a new week and a new start. Okay, all right. I mean, I get it. You're fired up. Okay? But, I mean, fucking do something. That's like Amanda. She does that shit all the time. Oh, man, I've been eating my ass off, but here's a song. It's going to motivate me. I mean, just, first of all, do it. Get a few days under your belt. Sarah took her dog to the dog park. That's nice. Maureen talks about a couple of days ago. Ryan, it is glucose at 108. Maureen said, I was curious. I went back and looked at my blood work from July. I found out that my glucose level was a 127. She said, my doc never said a word about it. At my checkup, my A1C was a 6.2, which falls in the pre-diabetic range. Clearly, she should have addressed this with me, but no, all she said was, we need to work on getting my blood pressure down. She writes, she's damn lucky I got my shit together and have now lost 25 pounds total. Well, that's going to help you. But I think she's changing docs. You know what? You should have asked that doc first. Say, hey, what about these? Docs are always like, uh-oh, she's doing the home medical things, investing in herself and checking this out. Yeah, you need to call that doc out and see what's up. Mike here with his new set of kicks. The one that I wanted to talk on was Amanda, though, and she may have deleted it. I'm not sure what happened there. Unless I'm just missing it. But Amanda posted one that said, I ate a bunch of garbage and I was shitting all day on the toilet. Well, thank God you were on the toilet. And I'm like, I don't know. If a guy said that, that's one thing. Women aren't supposed to talk that way. It's okay for guys to be disgusting. I don't know if it's okay for women to be disgusting. I know it sounds incredibly sexist and awful, but in my opinion, fucking don't talk to me about you taking a shit. God damn. I don't know where that thing went. Radio voice Linda says double standard much. Oh, I know it is. But, I mean, it's Amanda. It'd be like you. If you were telling, it so doesn't fit. I don't think Amanda goes out of her way to tell me how much she shits. You guys hear that shit all the time from me. Corey says they better be hot if they are going to talk that way. Otherwise, it's just double disgusting. All right. We have a correction. That was not Amanda. Backpedaling in process. I guess that was Megan who was talking about shitting Is it still up there, Megan? It doesn't matter. It still applies. It's even worse if it's Megan's talking about her shitting all over the place. I can do it. You can't. No. Unacceptable. Okay. If I say it, that's one thing. If Amanda says it, it's like, oh, come on, Amanda. That's fucking gross. But if Megan says it, this is the show mom. The show mom is talking about taking a shit publicly. My world is fucking topsy-turvy. I don't know why I thought that was that was Amanda. Let's see. Where the fuck is it? New posts, and I don't see it. Maybe because I was looking for Amanda. I don't know. Well, either way, I can't fucking find the thing. I don't know. Maybe just a little less Megan shit talk. Speaking of shit, changing topics entirely. Jamingo is at it again. Hold on a second. Darla. What are you eating? Palate cleanser. Here's Darla chewing on something. God damn it. Hope she hasn't eaten crap recently. Tyler says, this is our shit insider, Darla. Look at this face. Oh, my God. What did you eat? It smells funny. It doesn't smell like shit, but it smells like a foreign body. She thinks I'm fucking crazy. Oh, I think I know what it is. I know the smell. You ate a stink bug. You ate the one that I flicked off of the owner's manual from the, she actually ate the stink bug. Oh my God. That's not good. Our pal Jamingo is at it again. This is what John did. He posted on Zaniacs United or whatever the fuck it is. Formerly known as Zaniacs United. Castaways United. John writes, typical Eric Zane audience member. The factoids. That's a term I've never heard. And it's a YouTube video. Climate change deniers are so stupid. Okay. Now that's weird because to me, climate change deniers are stupid. So I guess he's suggesting that that's something we would say. God knows what. One person liked it. Which I can't speak to that because typically when I post something on Facebook, no one likes it. But one person liked it. Of course, it was Boring Dean. But this is what John thinks of all of you. And some of you actually do listen to his show. So I don't know if he lumps you in with them. But so I decided, hey, it's been long enough. It's time to check in on how John is doing, because he no longer has his show on Twitch because they did something that was fucked up and they actually got kicked off of Twitch permanently. So the show can be seen and heard, I guess, on Rumble. And when I last checked, there was 56 followers to that show for their spot on Rumble. And it is still at 56 followers. I'm pretty confident that they are buying views, though, They're like 123 views, but it's going down. They were getting like 300 views a show. Over on Kick, it's a different story. What a success. They were up to 16 followers, and now they're 27 followers on Kick for Jamingo on the Boomer Bunker. But look at this still. Despite the 27 followers, 0 views, 1 view, 2 views, 2 views, and 1 view. So on 5 shows, there's 6 views. That is the worst thing I have ever seen in my life. 5 shows that have been looked at 6 times. Now, that's not like watched the whole show. That's like looked at it, realized how fucking shitty it is, and then shut it down. My God. Yesterday, speaking of other shows, I was on Compound Media. And by the way, Corey says 1 and 2 views sounds like my channel. Your channel is more interesting than the Boomer Bunker, without a doubt. Corey says John's going to die soon from a heart attack or choking on a Cheeto, so we just got to wait him out. Aram says, let's see. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Hurricane Ashley says, why on my first day back from my protest do I have to remember how much I hate this man? Grr. Oh, yeah, your protest. I didn't even realize that. You've got your Ashley was butthurt because I had muted her or something like that. And so she disappeared. She told us about that when we were when I called her the other day, and it was hilarious because she's like, "Yeah, did you notice? Did you notice that I wasn't there and I canceled my Patreon?" And I'm like, oh, okay, no, I didn't actually, but okay. Oh, fuck, it backfired. Oh my God. And then yesterday we talked about chili and how much hers was going to taste like shit at the chili cook-off that we haven't yet planned. And now here she is diving in feet first. Oh, I'm here. I'm talk. I'm here to fucking stir things up. Everybody needed to hear from me. Amy says, welcome back from your protest. Amy just finished the Chicago Marathon. Congratulations. Amy welcomes Ashley back. Ashley says, hi, Amy. I love you so much. It makes my heart hurt. You're the only reason why I'm here. Aram says to Hurricane Ashley, hopefully Eric has learned his lesson. Ashley says, uncanny impression. So weird hearing my own voice. Darla wondering what the hell Eric is doing. LOL. Yeah, she thinks I'm nuts. Everybody thinks I'm nuts. Yesterday, it was like I indicated, a super long day of podcasting. I had podcasted so much, done so much talking into a microphone. Roughly 5 hours of the day was talking into a microphone. Culminating with a 2-hour show, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. The Anthony Cumia show. Anthony recovering from some type of medical procedure. I don't know anything. I just know that his heart was fucked up and now it's better. But he's still in the hospital. So Karl from Hurley's podcast got the call and did the show. And then pleasant surprise today, I'm downloading it right now as we speak. E-Rock sent me the video and the audio, and I'm going to post that to Patreon so you can see EZ and Karl. Included in that is the embarrassing moment on the Gulf of Tonkin, which I had no idea what that was, and Karl schooled me. Totally embarrassing. We talked a little bit about Stuttering John and how drunk he is, and lots of sharing of stories between us and having a good time, including some pornography viewing. The guys in the booth, Garrett and Drew, started to there was a discussion about some chick on OnlyFans, and they ended up putting up the video of this chick getting pounded, and thank God E-Rock cut it out. I was uncomfortable. It was very, very uncomfortable. I like sitting around with dudes watching porno. But E-Rock cut it out, so there will be no porno on the Patreon. So I'll post that to Patreon once I am able to do that. And the audio as well for you folks on Patreon, something for you to check out. And I think I owe you a Lost Zane recordings as well there. So welcome in. Plenty to talk about concerning the world. Palestine, I think, against everyone. Is that okay? So now, if you were to look at the long history between Palestine and Israel, I honestly understand why the Palestinians are so fucking pissed. They live in poverty, surrounded by wealth. They have nothing, and it's very difficult to survive and get by on this small strip of land, 2 miles wide, 25 miles long. Yet they're all crammed in there, millions of people. I just don't know if indiscriminately killing anything in your way, children, kids, babies, children and kids are the same thing. Kids, babies, old ladies in wheelchairs, a bunch of women getting raped as they're stolen from that music festival. They will say, the Palestinians will say, well, we have been oppressed for years. And this is what happens when people are oppressed. They get fed up. But, I mean, my God, it's remarkable to me how for all of these years, if you're the Jews living surrounding this group of people, knowing that one day they might just wake up and say, we're not going to take it anymore, like fucking D. Snyder, wouldn't you put in place some type of dialogue to try to make things a little bit more sensible, to avoid the level of frustration and hatred that the Palestinians have right now? It'd be like if I lived next door to, just imagine where you live, living right next door on the other side of a fence, an entire population of people who want nothing more than to murder you. Now, we kind of have that here in Ottawa County because you have all the crazy right-wing nuts who want to kill everybody that is gay or a minority. All right? And burn the library. So we have our own little taste of it here with the psychopaths that surround us here. And it's getting there. It's getting there. Not nearly as bad, but more today than it was yesterday. Still, I don't know if the world is getting behind the whole just burst in and start shooting random people. Really, really a horrible thing. Chris in Maine says, are you talking about mediating over a religious war? Well, I can't mediate a religious war. Kyle says, EZ, can we watch the show on YouTube or do we need to subscribe to Compound? No, you'll get it on Patreon. Darla losing her shit as I talk about this. What is she doing? She's rubbing her face on the ground or on the cushion of the couch. What the fuck? I don't know what my deal is today. This is how they're handling it, the Palestinians and other parts of the world. First clip is from the world-famous Sydney Opera House. A group of Palestinians have gathered. You see the sign there. Israel is a terrorist state. Yeah, so you have one group saying they're terrorists, the other group saying they're terrorists. That's what we're stuck with. The occupation of the land there. Palestinians like, well, this is ours. This should be ours. Israel says, no, it's ours. This is how they're handling it, though, out in front of the Sydney Opera House. Audio check, video check. They're chanting, gas the Jews. Takbir Allah Akbar. I don't think that means love everyone. Takbir Allah Akbar. Isn't Allah Akbar what they were yelling when they flew the planes into the trade centers? Now they've softened it to fuck the Jews. Now they're going back to gas the Jews. Oh boy. That is fucked up. There's one more I wanted to get to. Let's see, where is it? Okay.
Smiling and I'm happy.
Pro-Palestinian rally again in Australia.
Smiling and I'm happy. I'm elated. It's a day of courage.
There's a little kid here. What the fuck? A day of courage. They're going in and shooting children. No, so someone needs to bust out a fucking AK-47 and just mow these fuckers down.
It's a day of victory! This is the day we've been waiting for!
All right, somebody needs their ass kicked. I'm sorry. There's no way I could fucking support that. There's assholes. Corey says shit like this is going to make racial profiling and racism towards Arabs worse. You think that they would realize that. At this point, they don't give a shit. And I think it needs to be reciprocated in kind. Corey says you want to act like terrorists, you're going to get treated like terrorists. The world's a scary fucking place. Cole says, has World War III begun? Kyle says, this is why religion is stupid. It needs to be banned from everyone. You know, Kyle, that makes more sense than ever to a lot of people. I don't know if I can get behind that, but I can see why people believe that. I can see why that is a logical response and should not be ridiculed or vilified in any way. How stupid is this? Becca Shea says, how do you kill and rape innocent people in the name of God? Chris in Maine says, don't kill them. Round them all up and make them go 12 rounds with Slugger Jew over and over and over. Are you referring to Bear Jew from Inglourious Bastards? Kenny says, nobody cheered around the world after 9/11 except those responsible. I don't understand this at all. My God. Regarding World War III. All right. So right now, you've got two belligerents that the U.S. is fighting against. We're fighting against Russia by proxy. We are fighting against the Arab world by proxy. We've committed sending incredible amount of arms and technological support to Israel. We're even offering fighter jets, which is something we did not do to Ukraine. So the United States is again at war with the Arab world, in my opinion, by proxy. The Arab world will hate the United States more than ever. And you think about the entire Arab world, now that would mean the United States is fighting on two fronts. Some may argue that we should mind our own business. But I don't know if I'd feel good about that, knowing that tyrants are trying to kill innocent men, women, children in different spots on the globe. I wouldn't be comfortable with that. Because where does it end? Where do these maniacs stop? When do they stop? How do they stop? Very, very fucked up scenario. So again, Easy, Darla, Bruce, O'Neill, Benny, Pooh Bear, NFK, Team Jew. The U.S. has given many arms to the Taliban. That's true, but it was at a different time when they were fighting the Russians. Kenny says, more war? Good. Team America World Police. The Azerbaijanis are trying to kill more Armenians. Yeah, that's been fucking horrible as well. Corey says, we either have two options. We start only focusing on the U.S., basically become isolated from the world politics and just fortify ourselves, or go completely scorched earth on these people. Well, I mean, that's kind of starting to look the way. I agree with you. That's kind of how it looks. Those are the options. It seems like we're willing to put everything except American military lives at stake. That's next. That's what's coming. And it's a damn good thing Joe Biden is leading us into it. Talk about a leader. Aram says, no, he's referring to when the U.S. evacuated recently. We left a bunch of weapons and the Taliban is as strong as ever. Oh, I see. Well, it doesn't surprise me. Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, we need a palate cleanser. I have for you a clip of Miley Cyrus and her vocal fry as compared to a French bulldog. Audio check, video check. Here we go.
The journey is usually the part that you remember anyways.
Stop!
The journey is usually the part that you remember anyways.
Stop!
Okay, one more time, I swear. Look at the freeze frame of that Frenchie. These dogs are the best. Jesus.
The journey is usually the part that you remember anyways.
Stop!
Oh, my God.
The journey is usually the part that you remember anyways.
Stop. Oh, God, that's fantastic. Hurricane Ashley says all that ecstasy burned her throat. Tyler says that video is never not funny to me. I forgot who sent it. Thank you. Cole says she sounds better than Kelly Cheese. Oh, my God, yes. Corey says sounds like she smokes 4 packs a day. Yeah, there's nothing worse than a man voice. God damn. Her talking voice is pretty rough. Ashley says thank you for the subject change. Tyler says, can you imagine if she also had crispy R's on top of that raspy hag voice? R's, Christmas, incredible. Crunch, cringe. By the way, we figured out that it's going to be a Big Fraud Thursday with Who Are These Free Beers and then the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. That starts on at about in the 6 o'clock hour on Thursday. Depends on how quickly Ben can get home and settled from work. But in the breakdown on the show of the color gray, and that did happen. They opened up a show last week, and to start it, they were talking about different shades of gray. And the word gray is set up perfectly for a crispy R because, well, there's an R in there, and it has a tendency, if said by the right person, to sound quite crispy. So when you hear it, it's going to come out as gray. Different shades of gray. Look at that gray shirt. That is what a crispy R is. Incredible becomes incredible. Crispy. For the longest time, I heard the crispy R's, but I didn't know that there was a term for them. And then when I was finally introduced to the actual term crispy R's, I was like, well, yes, that's a million times correct.
Cars, Christmas, incredible. New York, come to Oregon, come here. Temperature, algorithms, incredible. For crust, cripple.
Ugh. When the crispy R's happen with that much ease, there's no unringing that bell. Hurricane Ashley says, until I told you the term, because I help you do everything better. Yes, you did introduce the term crispy R's to me because it was seen on a TikTok. Kenny says crispy R's and me-marted face. She's got Down's face. Chris says they were making fun of the War of the Roses radio bit this morning. Oh, the irony. Oh, you're right. That's rich, considering that all they do is read directly from Reddit and say that they have audience members that are emailing them when they're not. God damn, they suck.
Cars, Christmas, incredible. New York, come to Oregon, come here. Temperature, algorithms, incredible. For crust, cripple.
I don't know why I can't hear that. I could the first time.
That's so expensive. Yes. And I looked it up. I was like, free beer. Remember what, though? Jesus. Haven't seen it. It was a little obnoxious. That's so expensive.
Well, either way. There you go. I'm fairly confident I just lost my headphones. And I don't know how. What the fuck? Ashley says, has she ever said she knows you play those? No. She would never do that. I can't figure out any good of her announcing to the world that she knows that I play those. Brandis says, shut the fuck up. Oh, my God. Linda says, I can't with Kelly. All right. We're going in a million directions today. That's okay, though. I want to thank you if you've been enjoying the show on Facebook. X, and YouTube. If you want the rest of this show, you have to go to Twitch, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live on your desktop, or download the Twitch app and search Eric Zane Live. I appreciate it if you would sign up, whether you use the site or not. Check it out on Twitch. I appreciate it if you follow. Once you do, it'll let you know whenever I go live. And then good to go. Download the Twitch app today. If you ever want to reach out to me, send me an email. Eric@ericzaneshow.com on the Shoreliners striping inbox. Shoreliner striping, that's what they do. Put stripes down. Parking lots, athletic fields, you name it. If you need something striped or painted on the ground, Shoreliner striping can do it. Shorelinerstriping.com. In addition, you can download the audio podcast wherever you download shows. Just search Eric Zane Show Podcast. All right. Thank you so much for enjoying this first part of the show. Facebook, X, and YouTube leaving now. Facebook and Twitch brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. All right. X brought to you by my friends at Blue Frost IT. Ashley says they do more than put strips down. I think you mean stripes. I'm not sure where you're going with that. I got to take an intermission. First of all, I have a technical issue that's happening. Be right back. All right, today, 3 p.m. start. Who are these broadcasters? EZ, Christian Blatt, maybe Karl. That will be, I will post the link on social media so you can check it out. It also has its own podcast feed if you want to listen to the audio. Who are these broadcasters? The name of the show. Aram says to Hurricane Ashley, were you protesting EZ banning you, or was it his not reading your email? Yeah, it's interesting. She says him banning me when my email was absolutely perfect with context, which he later used during my banning. I did not use that email. I did not, because it was something about Travis Kelce. No, I didn't focus on it at all. I didn't even open it. Ashley sent me some video, and then I tried to open it, and because of the format, it wouldn't open. She says, yes, you did. Don't make me prove it. Well, now I'm scared that I did use it. I don't recall using it. Well, who cares? So she got banned for however many minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And then she put her foot down and said, oh, yeah, I'll show you. And so that's what happened. And then she, got all pissed off, and then we hadn't heard from her. And then I talked to her, and she goes, hey, so what do you think about me banning you? And I'm like, wait, what? Huh? You did? I don't know. She's picked some, she went to war or something, but I didn't even know I was in one. So I don't know how effective it was. She says, it was a week, always, and then you call me begging me to come back. Yeah, I think that the people that heard it didn't hear me begging. I think they were more like shrugging is what it was, I don't think I was that affected by it. Linda says her banning him hurt all of us. And then Ashley calls me a fraud. Look, I'm not the one calling you names. I'm not calling anybody names. You're the one calling me a jackass and a fraud. I don't know what the fuck your problem is. Jesus. Settle down, you stupid floozy. You and your fucking twat chili. that tastes like shit. Anybody that tells you that your chili tastes good is just saying that so that you won't poison them with ricin on the next batch of it. Hurricane Ashley says, well, you are a jackass and a fraud, but do not even say you didn't notice my protest. Okay, well, no, I am going to say that. In fact, I've said it more than once. I just said it again. I didn't notice your protest. So what? Aram says he thinks he calls the shots when really we do. And then Tyler adds, twat chili. That's what you should call your chili. Ashley's twat chili. Kenny says, see, Kenny has thick skin. Ashley's a huge pussy. Kenny writes, if I did that for all the times that I got a timeout in the past, I'd never be able to return. Those weeks would have added up to quite a few years. Oh, yeah. Kenny can handle it. Ashley, God, you even look at her sideways. Oh, hi. What is that? What the fuck is your problem? Did you steal my dog? That's it. If I had your laptop, I'd throw it out the fucking window. Fuck you. Come on now. Unbelievable. Okay. The open and live stream of the show brought to you by Frank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance. Call Frank if you are without insurance. Like you're between jobs, your employer doesn't offer it. What's the other one? Like you got fired, you're in between jobs, your employer doesn't offer it, or what was the third one? Oh, you're self-employed. Frank will help you navigate healthcare.gov. If you do that yourself, it's a pretty good chance you can screw it up. Ooh, that is something flying in here. Boy, this place has turned into just an insect heaven. Another stink bug for Darla to eat. If you, by the way, have insurance through your boss, through your employer, and then you have the family policy too to take care of all the kids and the wife, and that amounts to several $100s per paycheck coming out of your gross. You can avoid all of that now with a new rule, I guess, when it comes to healthcare.gov. You can keep your employer's insurance for you, which really isn't a whole lot that you pay. It's when you have to pay for your family that it gets costly. And then you can enroll the rest of the family at healthcare.gov. Now, when you do that, if your earning is below a certain threshold, if you know, let's say the threshold is a certain amount and you know that what you make is going to be below that threshold, you will be granted a tax subsidy each month to help pay the premium, a good portion of the premium, which will save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a month. To look into this is not easy business. Have Frank do it for you. Set up an appointment by going to buyinsurancehere.com, buyinsurancehere.com. Frank Fuss will help you every step of the way, and it does not cost you a dime when you have Frank help you. Buy Insurance Here, buyinsurancehere.com. Fill out the form. Indicate that you heard about it from me, and Frank will help you every step of the way, no cost. He makes all of his money from the insurance companies that he, is able to commit his clients to policies for. There you go. Frank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance. If a mortgage is in your future, please try out the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, 231-332-6505. By the way, if you utilize Mario, if you utilize Frank Fuss, you can be anywhere in the United States. Mario wants to get you into your mortgage today, as you need to be pre-approved, of course, when you're shopping for a home. 231-332-6505. for the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. True, interest rates are kind of fucking through the roof. But still, if you need to get that house, what you need to do is reach out to Mario today, and he will help you ASAP. 231-332-6505. Aram asks the questions. Are we doing the Mike Ball race against Zane with runner girl Amy by proxy? Well, that would be something. The impression of Ashley. Radio voice Linda laughs. Kenny writes, Ashley, quote, don't make me come over there and throw your computer out your window, Eric. Aram says he's flirting with another Banning. Oh, you never know. God forbid if that happens. I better watch it. I better focus. Amy says, I'm signing up for this weekend's run in Grand Rapids. Mike Ball might do the half. I'll do the half if he does. Not sure if Mike is on today. Ashley said, is anyone okay with me proposing to Amy and trying to get on the news as she finishes? Yeah, Amy and Ashley are very much attracted to each other. They are friends with a genuine sexual tension between them. Now, as far as I know, both of these women are strictly dickly, but their feminine powers somehow have created just this crazy attraction between them. I watched this in action when we were at the Beltline Bar. I thought those two were going to 69 right on the vinyl bench seat and get their smudge all over the place. It's remarkable. Sparks were flying between them. Incredible. All right. Enough of that nonsense. Joe Biden's dog is attacking people. I cannot believe it's taken this long for this to happen. The dog's name is Commander. It's a German Shepherd. And I think this has happened how many times do you think it would be if you were living in a neighborhood and your dog would bite anybody that walked by? You know, if it happened once, all right, that's a problem. If it happens twice, it's like an emergency. 3 times, they're going to kick in your door and get the dog from you. Joe Biden's dog has bitten White House employees 12 times. This is truly an asshole dog. They had to remove the fucking dog from the White House. With all the resources they have, you think that they would be able to train the dog not to bite people. Have any of you ever had an asshole dog that just hate? Hot Wings used to have this asshole dog. He had this white piece of shit dog that you walk into the house and I just took one look at it and I went, oh fuck, this is an asshole dog. I forget, was it a Samoy or something like that? This thing just had a fucking shitty look on its face. And I think it was in a bad mood because it too often had to hear that fucking boring idiot talk. That's why it wanted to kill everybody. The dog was trying to bite you so that you would go and have the dog euthanized. It was like suicide by cop. The dog was like, my best option to avoid having to hear this retard drone on and on and on is to bite you so that perhaps someone will end my life. I cannot end my dog life on my own. I need someone to do it for me. Nick says they could have just done a dog switcheroo. His pudding brain would never notice. Can't drop the E at a U says time to put that dog commander down and the dog's owner. Amanda says, hasn't anybody ever heard of a muzzle? So you'd just be minding your own business working at the White House, and all of a sudden somebody fucking dog comes up and bites you. Dog's been biting White House staff and U.S. Secret Service officers. A spokesperson for First Lady Jill Biden said late Wednesday. Why does she have to have a spokesperson to announce that? All she needs to say is, yeah, our dog's an asshole. I don't know one of the things I'd do if I was president is say nobody gets a spokesperson. You just have to speak for yourself. Elizabeth Alexander, the First Lady's communications director, said Biden and his wife care deeply about the safety of White House staff and those who protect them every day. Well, I don't know how much you care. I mean, it's been a dozen times. They remain grateful for the patience and support of the U.S. Secret Service and all involved as they continue to work through solutions. God damn it. You don't need a flowery statement just to say we have a dog that is a psychopath. Commander is not presently on the White House campus while next steps are evaluated. Yeah, that dog's dead. They did not say where the dog was sent. 2-year-old German Shepherd was last seen Saturday on the upper balcony of the White House. That's him looking down. He's like, who can I bite next? And he's indiscriminate. I mean, like he'll bite blacks, he'll bite whites, he'll bite any. He doesn't give a shit. And dog, you get bit by a dog like that, you're gonna know it. I mean, my neighbor's golden retriever the other day the lips started to go up on the dog when I was petting it. And I mean, that's like the sweetest dog ever, the golden retriever. But as soon as they start making that upper lip start to go out, oh, you know it's coming. It's like, uh-oh, that's a warning. Dog probably got into Hunter's stash and went all cocaine bear. President Biden was told he was, quote, sent to live on a farm somewhere. Amanda says, poor baby. Poor baby? Fuck that dog. You get bit by a dog like that, and I tell you what, that's going to be a quick weight loss for sure. That dog's going to see you and is going to look at you like a juicy caramel and bite off like 5 pounds with each bite. That's instant weight loss right there. Not a poor baby, my ass. Rich says going off to a farm somewhere is a code word for shooting it in the head. Well, I hope that didn't happen. The German Shepherd purebred has bit or otherwise attacked Secret Service personnel at least 10 other times between October of last year and January, including one incident that required a hospital visit by the injured law enforcement officer. That's when the dog's grabbing and then shaking. The latest incident, September 25th, a uniformed Secret Service officer was bitten at the White House that night and was treated by on-site medical personnel. Commander is the second of Biden's dogs at the White House that behaved aggressively, including biting Secret Service personnel and White House staff. They sent the first dog, Major, to live with friends in Delaware after those incidents. So they went and got another dog. So they had both of them. Between both those dogs, they're just terrorizing people. They should have let those dogs out when they were attacking the Capitol. When those scumbags were attacking the Capitol. I mean, you should have like a whole fleet of them. Like 100 vicious German shepherds running through and attacking those dirty sons of bitches would have been acceptable. The family also has a cat named Willow. Very strange. What an absolute mess. Something else from the animal front. A woman had a package that she was trying to bring into the country off of a passenger jet. Had that package intercepted. Actually, the box of giraffe feces, it was that's what it was. A box full of giraffe feces comes into the United States. People at the border are like, wait a minute, what the fuck is this? They open it up, and this is what they see. That's giraffe shit and some type of fucking conch shell. Come to realize that the woman who it was going to, her plan was to, I guess, make jewelry. Box of giraffe feces was confiscated and destroyed by U.S. Customs and Border Protection after a woman brought it back from a trip to Kenya and planned to make necklaces out of shit. Okay, now how great can that look? I mean, I need to see a giraffe shit necklace. Giraffe feces necklace. Okay, now I'm getting various necklaces of giraffes, but no actual. Okay. No, I got one. This is, I swear to God, this is what a giraffe. You'd think that maybe they take it and then process it, and then it doesn't look like shit when they're done making it. But no. Right here, this is what it looks like. It's basically just shit made into a necklace. Like there's someone that says, oh man, I either want this peridot or diamond or giraffe shit. Come on, that's ridiculous. Giraffe feces necklace. Who is the sick fuck who wants giraffe feces necklace? The suggestion made by Amanda, make jewelry out of her own shit. And just say it's giraffe. I mean, if you wear a giraffe feces necklace, I mean, no one's really going to know what it is unless if they say, oh, wow, that's interesting. What's that? And then you have to say, oh, yeah, this is giraffe feces. This is shit from a giraffe. Now, United States Border and Customs, they frown on this type of thing for the possibility of introducing some type of infectious disease into the country. Think fucking COVID. What was that called? A wet bar? Dry bar? Live bar? Live market? How did they say COVID started again? Didn't they say it was like some animal was hanging up for sale in Wuhan, China? And everybody bought that story. But right next to it was like a facility where They have all sorts of infectious diseases. Like every day they wake up and make new infectious diseases. Raise your hand if you believe that COVID came from that lab in Wuhan. Okay? Raise your hand if you think that's where COVID came from. A pangolin in a wet market. That's the name of the creature. I think that in Wuhan, they used COVID. I think the only thing that I would say could have happened concerning a wet market was they used an animal to test COVID on, and then the animal had it, and then they like sold it to the fucking guy who runs the market and says, fresh pangolin, come get it. And some asshole got it through that. Or they just aerosolized it and shot it into the fucking air for everybody to get. Ashley asked that. Where do you think COVID came from? Serious question. I think it came from that lab. That's what I think. I don't know if it was intentionally shot out or if it was an accident, but I think that I don't think it just happened to be by coincidence that they had it in that lab. And then, oh my God, COVID is on this. It's on this pangolin. What a coincidence. Yeah, the odds of that happening are too great. It's too fishy to ignore. Well, anyway, that's why the government is like, yeah, we don't bring your giraffe shit in here, you dumb bitch. The woman obtained the fecal matter when she was on a trip to Kenya and was returning back to the United States on September 29. When she was selected by U.S. Customs and Border Protection agricultural specialists for inspection at Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport, Minnesota. Quote, the passenger declared giraffe feces. Oh, yeah, this is giraffe shit. I just picked it up on the floor of the desert. Stated she obtained the droppings in Kenya and planned on making a necklace. What type of sick bitch wants to make a necklace out of giraffe shit? Border Patrol said in the statement detailing the incident, the passenger also stated in the past she had used moose shit at her home in Iowa. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Iowa it's like another country there. Agricultural specialists seized the box of giraffe shit. I said shift. Sounds like a Waylon song. And destroyed it via steam sterilization per United States Department of Agricultural Destruction Protocols. So they like pass off the box of giraffe shit, and finally some poor son of a bitch gets it. They say, okay, you got to destroy the shit. What do? Now, if I'm him, if I'm the guy who's given the box of shit and said, yeah, you got to get rid of this, I just open up the fucking side door of the airport terminal there and throw it out on the tarmac. That's what I do. Fuck that. I'm not going to handle the giraffe shit. But when it says steam sterilization, I'm guessing that means hot steam and removes all the water from it so it becomes like and kills everything that's alive inside of it. And then they have just like a compost that's left. There is a real danger with bringing fecal matter into the U.S., said LaFonda D. Sutton Burke. LaFonda, isn't that the name of, what is it, Napoleon's girlfriend or Kip? It was Kip's girlfriend. LaFonda. If this person had entered the U.S. and not declared these items, there is a high possibility a person could have contracted a disease from this jewelry and developed serious health issues. New pandemic. That's all we need. From giraffe shit. And nobody is going to believe that. I mean, if no one believes that a pangolin at a wet market caused COVID, there is no fucking way in hell anybody is going to believe that the next great pandemic came from a giraffe shit necklace. How would you say that with a straight face if you're in charge of like the CDC? We believe that the next pandemic was caused by giraffe shit necklace. It is possible to bring in animal feces into the U.S. for certain species, provided the individual has obtained a permit. How do you get a permit for shit? God damn. All ruminant animal feces requires a veterinary services permit for entry into the U.S. Kenya is affected with African swine fever, classical swine fever, Newcastle disease, foot and mouth disease, and swine vesicular disease. Translation, don't bring anything back from Kenya. I think Ryan the lion hunter may be in Kenya. I don't know if he's back yet. I know he was able to murder a lion from somewhere in Africa, and I think he got did he kill a black panther or something like that? Or a cheetah? Something really disgusting. And I told him, I go, Ryan, everybody hates you. He goes, I know. I go, well, why do you do that? You go around and you just shoot 500-pound, healthy, majestic, beautiful lions. What type of sick son of a bitch goes and kills lions? He says, I can't stop. I love it too much. So he's trying to kill. He's got like, you know how like you collect those, like my son Jim. What are those toys called? Funko Pops. He's got the entire cast of The Office in Funko Pops. Is that what they're called? Funko Pops? Well, he has like every animal in Africa, but they're not Funko Pops. They're just like the animals. I go, everybody in the show wants to kick your ass. He goes, I want to advertise on the show. I go, you can't right now. For your own good, you can't. Maybe one day when the things calm down, but as of right now, no. You can't do it. It's bad for everybody. There's a real hatred to you because of the lion that you murdered. Sir Bob of Oliver is like, he says, got to catch them all like it's Pokemon. Cole says, I like him. Rich, wow, not everybody hates Ryan. Rich says, disgusting. Hell no, those hunts are cool. Chris says it costs a fortune too. Oh, Ryan's got so much fucking money, it's stupid. Kenny adds, nobody says Pokemon. I'm confused. I don't know what that means. Well, what do they say? Pokemon? That's what I say. Is that not what it's called? Pokemon? Ashley says, how does Ryan have money? Yeah, don't you worry about it. You're going to try to go and mount him, aren't you? Because he's got money. Is that what your plan is? He repairs things. Chris says, video game correction from Kenny. Hey, mate. It's so funny. It's so funny how you called it Pokemon. Hey, ow. Nobody calls it that. Nobody pronounces it that way except you. Ha, ha, ha. Oh! Nader says, as long as he's killing for fun, don't try to tell me that shit tastes good. I'm just giving you shit, Ashley. He repairs RVs. He's a body shop. No, he doesn't eat it. The people that organize the hunts eat the lions. And then he has to bring the taxidermied creature back. That's how that works. But no giraffe shit. Because the woman declared she was in possession of the box of shit and readily abandoned it, she won't face sanctions. Had she tried to sneak it past agents, she could have faced a penalty of $300 to $1,000. So I don't know. So she won't get the shit back. Border Patrol's agricultural specialists mitigate the threat of non-native pests, diseases, and contaminants entering the United States. That's like if you try to bring in a dog, you got to have that inspected. I said expected. Inspected. I think there was something with, wasn't there something with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard involving a dog in France? Something about they tried to bring a dog in or out or something like that and all sorts of fucking trouble. Yeah, you don't want to do that. You want to be bringing in pets or no pets and no giraffe shit. Big no-no in the world. All right. There is a candy recall just in time for Halloween. By the way, at the Eric Zane Show podcast household yesterday, your old pal EZ did, in fact, dig in for the first time in, more than a month to a piece of candy. That's right. So that is definitely some weakness on display. I better get that shit in order. A couple of Reese's, small little Reese's peanut butter things. Very fraudulent and suspect. My God. I better watch it. Two different candy companies have recalled millions of, I don't know if you've ever seen these rolling candies. It looks like deodorant. This is what it is. So you take this top off. It looks like a piece of chocolate. That's the lid to the thing. Rolling candy, and I guess it's supposed to be like a soccer ball on top. And then it has this, it looks like acne medicine or something like that. But that's like chocolate flavor. So, and that's all full of chocolate juice. So I guess the idea is then the kid licks this roller ball on top, similar to like a deodorant ball or an acne ball or whatever the fuck you put on your face, and then it tastes good. All right, I don't know. First of all, I wouldn't buy this for my kid because of there's a lot of like phallic imagery here going on. I mean, I don't care how it tastes. This one is called Toxic Waste Slime Liquor. All right. Blue Raz. And your kid has to suck on this thing. If I'm a parent, I don't think I ever want to give my child something that would have them deep throating something that is supposed to give them flavor. It really has a horrible look to it if your child is completely deep throating one of those things. Very gross. I agree with Maureen. Bob says, recall all the candy corn. Let's not do that. Okay. I'm going to go down the route of attacking candy corn. Everybody knows candy corn is awesome. Anybody who doesn't like candy corn is a fucking animal. All year round, I love candy corn. Consumer Product Safety Commission has decided that this needs to be banned, this product, because the ball can come flying out of it and then get stuck in a kid's throat. And I think that, like, somebody did die. What a horrible way to go. Can you imagine the guilt? You give your kids one of these things and they're licking it, and then the ball comes flying out and gets lodged in their throat. The Consumer Product Safety Commission said it had received a report of a 7-year-old New York girl choked and died in April after the rolling ball from Cocoa Candy rolling candy product dislodged and became trapped in her throat. Oh, my God. Consumers should stop using the recalled rolling candy immediately, take it away from children, and contact KGR Distribution Group for a refund. The statement goes on to say, not only does it look like your child is sucking dick, but they can die. Some of that might not be there. The recall applies to Cocoa Candy's rolling candy consisting of 2 fluid ounces in various flavors, including sour strawberry, sour tutti frutti, and sour cola. My God. The company is, well, of course. All right, this makes sense. The company that makes these is based in Turkey. And look, nothing good can come out of Turkey. Speaking as an Armenian. All right, that is the absolute hellhole of the world. Turkey makes the Palestinians look peaceful. That's how bad Turkey is. Turkey makes the Nazis look like the Wiggles. That's how bad the country of Turkey is. Everything they do in Turkey is awful. Turkey wants the whole world to burn. KGR Distribution Corp of Passaic, New Jersey, purchases the product from the company in Turkey. And I'm guessing they're all out of business, as they should be. Your kids should never have those in their mouths. It just looks weird. Okay. That seems like the type of candy that, like, children of former Zaniacs would consume. Okay. You know, if, like, Sexy Voice Andrea gave that to her kids, she'd be like, oh, yeah, that's good. It tastes good, and it's teaching you to do what you're supposed to do to get by in life. That's what that's doing. I encourage that. Jimmy is in attendance. Hello to you, young man. Let's see. It looks like Ashley did something very sweet, throwing everything off by doing something sweet and gifting to Kyle Ryan a subscription. Very, very kind. Maureen says candy corn is delicious. Candy corn and peanuts, the best. Kenny doesn't like it. Runner Girl says, what about chocolate candy corn? Also good. Amanda says, rub low and lick. That's everything you would have learned in college. Aram says, the Zaniac name went away with them. We can just call them Zaniacs. They will also always be Zaniacs. Well, I don't know, but I just like calling them former Zaniacs. Thank you for the instruction on how to fillet someone, Amanda. Much appreciated. All right. There is a problem at a funeral home. The last thing you want is your funeral home to start having problems with taking care of the bodies. Typically, when you go to a funeral home, there's strict protocols in place so that everything goes the way it's supposed to go, but not at this one. No way. This one happened in a community of Penrose. At least 115 improperly stored bodies discovered at Colorado funeral home. Fremont County Sheriff says it was horrific.
Developing story in southern Colorado where more than 100 bodies are being improperly stored at a funeral home. Multiple law enforcement agencies, including the FBI and local sheriff's office, are now investigating, but say they're not sure whether or not a crime has been committed. This is ongoing in the small town of Penrose, south of Colorado Springs. Your reporter Karen Morfitt reports from there with this update.
Yellow crime scene tape now surrounding the...
One thing you'll notice is that it looks like a dilapidated building. That's because it is. There's no one in it. Apparently, they had 115 bodies and just left.
The building listed as a funeral home, but you can see behind me looks as if it was abandoned. It is now emitting a very strong odor, which is what alerted law enforcement to begin with.
Okay, so being on the receiving end of corpse stew or corpse soup the other day with the mice, death is death. I'm guessing if I have to sniff rotting mice, corpse soup, and dead body, there's going to be a similar type of acridness to them. But I can imagine only that 115 dead bodies roasting for a summer inside of that place is going to be 10 times worse.
A hastily parked hearse, the only real sign this building is owned by a funeral home.
We thought it was vacant.
Joyce Pavetti and her husband have lived in their home in Penrose for 13 years. She's seen a lot of businesses come and go in the building. 5 years ago, Return to Nature Funeral Home took over.
It just seemed like never saw people, never saw that. And then about a month ago, they brought a hearse in there.
What she thought was a vacant...
Okay, look at that chick. She's actually covering her nose as she walks in.
Now a focus for law enforcement.
My husband has been outside working a lot, and every now and then he'd get a whiff of something.
Oh,
the Fremont County Sheriff, Alan Cooper, says inside they found 115 bodies, quote, improperly stored.
Okay, so no refrigerant, just rotting, laying around. The floor is littered with dicks and meat and tongues and puddles of juice. Looks worse than a 9/11 concrete landing pad.
Without providing too much detail to avoid further victimizing these families, the area of the funeral home where the bodies were improperly stored was horrific.
Despite that, he says they're unsure whether a crime has been committed.
There have been no arrests to date, and we don't want to speculate about arrests or possible charges at this time.
Why not? Somebody needs to pay for this shit.
We're focusing on our investigation and our...
I'm not going to lie. If, let's say, my mom was in a scenario like this. She died almost 3 years ago. And I find out, hey, your mom's actually still in the funeral home. I'm going to be like, well, all right, what's your plan? And they say, well, we're just going to burn the whole place down. I'd be like, okay, I'm all right with that. Because I think that's an option. If you're in this community of whatever, Colorado, I think you actually just burn the whole place to the ground. I mean, why not? Can you imagine these poor people that actually have to get rid of these bodies now? I mean, that's an unbelievable task.
Victims.
The Return to Nature Funeral Home offers green bear...
Return to nature. Yeah, they're literally returning the bodies to nature by letting all these bugs consume the bodies.
Burial option. Colorado law, however, requires bodies not be...
The window was broken open, so there's coyotes running out of there with an arm or a foot or a face or a dick.
Buried within 24 hours, be properly stored.
I want to assure everyone that this will be a very thorough and complete death investigation.
Hazmat will now need to come in before the investigation can move forward.
I don't want to live in a community where it's possible to see a coyote running around with a dick in its mouth, a rotting dick.
Leaving families who may have used the funeral home services left wondering if their loved ones are involved.
And it just makes you feel so sad for all those families. You know, it's what a horrible thing.
Well, Colorado has few laws regulating the funeral home industry. Last year, lawmakers did make some changes to the green burial law and allowed for law enforcement to go in and inspect these facilities. According to DORA documents online, the owner did not allow for that to happen initially, but the sheriff's office says he is now cooperating. In Penrose, Karen Morfitt covering Colorado First.
As Karen mentioned, the new funeral regulations were adopted last year by the state legislature. That came after 2 funeral home operators from Montrose went to prison for their part in the sale of human body parts. The operators who ran the Sunset Mesa funeral home on the western slope were accused
how much for a leg?
Of selling those parts for research without families knowing. They pled guilty to charges related to that case.
Oh, God damn.
Largely due to factors that they can't control. But the decision to move student bodies into different schools, specifically splitting one in half.
That is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Mediocrity Dave says, I cannot believe they're not sure if any laws have been broken. I thought improper storage of a dead body was universally against the law. Exactly. So I don't know why Colorado was so slow to get on board with that. Sir Bob of Oliver just entombed the entire place like Chernobyl. Rich says, are these jokes rehearsed? They're too good to be off the cuff. All right. And then when I thought of them the first time, that was actually the first time said. The second time you heard the 9/11 landing pad joke, okay, it was a little bit more polished, but still the joke still stands. I think that's good enough of a joke. Brandis, who's a little sensitive, says, oof, that joke's rough. Bullshit, it was a great joke. However, the coyote running around with dicks, the coyotes running around with dicks and tongues and face, that was the first time said. Tyler says, listening to the sheriff talk for 30 seconds tells me everything I need to know about why they don't have any laws. They don't know if the laws have been broken. That seems kind of like a backwards community. Maybe a little Cedar Springs going on there. Cole there, he lives in that community. He's actually living this story right now. He helped me come up with this story by sending it along. I like that Jimmy points out, open up a haunted attraction there. Are they okay? Gets thrown in. Holy shit. We are moments away from the asshole of the day. If you have any nominations, please leave them in the chat. Before we get to that, though, one of my favorite people, your favorite person in the world, Joe Martinez, A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. If you are in West Michigan, 'tis the season to get the furnace tuned up. 2 days away, less than 2 days away from Joe Martinez tuning up my furnace. He's heading over on Thursday, and you need to get on the schedule. It's going to set you back $75. With that, you will not be sold a brand new furnace unless you need it. Part of what Joe does in his inspection is make sure that your furnace is in appropriate running order so that it can survive the winter. 616-516-8579. If you hire any of these other scam artists in the area that are charging you $25 a pop, I can guarantee you they're going to tell you that you need a whole brand new furnace, even if you got one last week. 616-516-8579 for A&E Heating and Cooling. Very important. to make sure that everything is up and running so that it runs properly and keeps you safe. 616-516-8579. Superior Cleaning and Power Washing, still doing jobs on the power washing front. But that's, of course, going to eventually end as the weather turns. But if you need anything done, any type of janitorial services, perhaps restaurant cleaning, including the hood over the grill, that takes a lot of work and a certified professional in order to do that job. You need to get an estimate from Superior Cleaning and Power Washing. That is Throat/Dale. 231-740-4098. Power washing, cleaning, janitorial services, restaurant cleaning, and even snow plowing. Dale does that too. If you are in the Muskegon, Michigan area, 231-740-4098. And finally, my friends at Blue Frost IT, batting last in the order today. Blue Frost IT, thank you so much for being here. The managed IT service provider for the Eric Zane Show podcast. If only they could get me in the habit of not turning my microphone off. That would be fantastic. I think that's beyond their expertise. It's just supposed to be me not being stupid. Blue Frost IT, if you want to reach out to them, they can help you on anything IT related for your business. 616-200-8550. As always, easy on Cameo, cameo.com/Eric Zane. I'm always looking for new advertisers. If you want to advertise in the podcast, reach out to me on the Shoreliner Striping inbox, eric@ericzaneshow.com. T-shirts and gear, merchandise available at ericzaneshow.com. Just click merch and off you go. And finally, the Patreon, where this week we'll be featuring on Thursday, a Big Fraud Thursday. Who are these free beers where the guys break down the color gray? And you can get that for free on the Thursday show if you sign up for free on 7 days, a 7-day free trial to Patreon. Sign up for the $10 a month, 7-day free trial, and you can see it when everybody else watches it first on Thursday. If you have the $5 a month, you won't get it for a couple days after. But again, this is all free when you sign up for a 7-day free trial. Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. You can cancel any time and you still get the 7 days. Asshole of the day, Eric, for mic failure and not knowing how to say Pokemon properly. That's so stupid. It was a mistake. That doesn't make me an asshole. Typically, assholes are people who do something intentional. Like Cole writes, Biden's dog. That would be a better candidate for asshole of the day. Corey says, so I guess your voice isn't going back into your headphones, huh? No, I corrected that error, too. That was a loss of power, which I fixed that. No, I just, when I watch videos, my mic, my headphones mute. So, yeah, I guess in a way you're right. How many times an accident, Eric, before it is considered purposeful? Kenny indicates, again, that I'm not supposed to say Pokemon. I can't think of any other way that could be pronounced. That's how it's said. Hold on a second. Let me look at this up. How is Pokemon pronounced? Okay. Audio check. Video check. Let's check out what this says.
Pokemon.
That's what I said.
Pokemon.
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 It sounds identical. Pokemon.
Pokemon.
She said, it sounds like you're saying Pokemon. Try to put less emphasis on this vowel sound and pronounce it quickly. Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Let me try it again. You may have mispronounced. How to improve. Pokemon. Try to say "ka" instead of "k." Pokemon. Look, it says I did better. So I'm saying it better. Obviously, I'm saying it right. Man. Oh. Pokemon. Pokemon.
Pokemon.
I'm confused. Sounds like I'm saying it right to me. I like that we can actually hear me doing it. Crimson Chin says it's not it's not K, you idiot. I know, it's Po. Okay, let me try it one more time. He's saying the same thing louder, LOL. What? Pokemon. There you go. How's that? Pokemon. Pokemon. I had no idea that's how you say Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Pokemon. All right, so I'm saying it identical to her.
Pokemon.
Pokemon. All right, that's it. Pokemon. Interesting. I had no idea that that's how you say it. Pokemon. Weird. Corey says it's not Po, it's Poke. Oh, come on now. Who gives a fuck? Now he's changed Mon to Man. No, I didn't. Kent says the K-E in Pokemon sounds like the C-U in cunt. Oh, that's horrible. Now I want to try pronouncing cunt. Asshole of the day, Eric, for being a dipshit. This is all very confusing to me, and I don't have time for this bullshit, and I don't appreciate this. I proved it that I was saying it wrong at first by saying Pokemon, and it's Pokemon now. There we go. Problem solved. Thank you. I did it. And then you guys are fucking with me by trying to tell me that I'm saying it wrong. Again, what a bunch of assholes. All right. Asshole of the day today is all of you for trying to get me to say Pokemon in some weird way. Yeah, I'm not going to fall for that shit. The whole audience is wrong, and they are assholes of the day for that bullshit. We have Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer trivia coming up in just a bit. Brandon says, we win, majority rules, Zane is an asshole. No, all of you saying thumbs up and me saying thumbs down is not a tie. That means I win. My vote is always one more than yours. Fuck you. Thank you so much for being here. And I will talk to you with Dale and then on the Patreon bonus. Till next time.